Hi, I'm Amber and this is day 13 in 21 days to create a daily practice. Yesterday, day 12, we looked at the practice of the sacredness of life, the interconnectedness of life. And day 11 was about seeing the world as our mirror. So you may notice that these practices are building up to a place where we are not removed from life, we are not removed from the world. We are very much active participants in the world. We are simply not over-identifying with the world or becoming too attached to it. A daily practice, a practice that connects us to our divinity, to spirit, to the divine around us and in us, is not about, for me, sitting in a darkened room and being removed from the world. A daily practice is about having something that infuses us, that awakens us to our truth, to our power, that connects us to spirit, and also gives us the tools and the confidence and the knowledge and the power that we need to go out into the world and then spread that love, spread that knowledge, spread that connection to the divine. Not by actively having to do anything or fulfill any number of duties or by imposing ourselves on others, simply by being a living embodiment of spirit, of divine love, of our truth. That is enough. There are no requirements on us to go out into the world and shake people up or make them be a certain way. The greatest way that we can bring change and love into the world is by being the embodiment of that. And so perhaps we may inspire that in others. Perhaps it may spark a conversation with someone. Perhaps it may lead to a chain of events. That is the greatest way that we become the embodiment of the divine. So hopefully all these practices, and we're now on day 13, so we're well over half the way through, are allowing you to open up to that energy that is all around you, that divine energy, that unconditional love, that power, so that you infuse your life with it, you feel you are held, you are safe, and also so that you can go out into the world and be a living embodiment of that. So we become the bridge between the two worlds, the spiritual world and the physical world. We don't get too immersed in either one. Today's practice then is a practice that can be done at the end of the day. And should it so call to you, you can also do a part of it at the start of the day. And the practice is to ask, to truly sit with, what did I bring into the world today? And what is my gift that I wish to bring into the world today? So you can go to your sacred space at the end of the evening, open the space as you have begun to do, perhaps by lighting a candle, perhaps through meditation, perhaps by connecting to your heart, breath and stillness, perhaps through prayer, perhaps through gratitude and forgiveness, perhaps dancing out the residue of your day so that you feel that you can come back to your center, perhaps by connecting to the elements, or perhaps you've already connected with your tree on your way back home. And to ask yourself very much at the end of the day, as you sit with your day, those interactions, those events, those words that were spoken, those moments, and ask, what did I bring into the world today? We are active participants in our lives. We are very much here to bring something into the world. I don't mean something that will be prize-winning or something that has to be big. It can be as small and as delicate as it may need to be for you However, we all actively bring something into the world. And it's about bringing our awareness into what it is that we bring into the world, that we bring into a space when we enter that space. So often we enter a space and we are unaware of the energy that we're bringing in, of the stories that we're carrying into that space. We interact with people and we're unaware of what we brought into that interaction, often blaming another, often not realizing why things are seemingly not going how we wish them to go. So, today's practice is about sitting in your sacred space, taking a moment to take an inventory of your day. Again, watching it as if it were a movie on a screen, watching it as the observer, and asking, what did I bring into the world today? What was your gift? Perhaps the day was difficult. Perhaps you were angry for most of the day, sad, irritable. Perhaps that's what you gifted to the world today. Okay. And then that starts a process of, well, why was that the case? Maybe you could go into the practice of forgiveness, forgiving those that you feel you may have hurt in some way, forgiving yourself and asking for forgiveness. Perhaps you could go into your practice of gratitude. That might help you lessen some of that irritability, sadness, anger. Perhaps you could dance that out and dance in what you wish to be. Perhaps you could connect with the elements and start to feel that interconnectedness of life and where you are a part of that. Perhaps you gifted joy, love, abundance. It's worth sitting with that, acknowledging that in yourself. This isn't about what you did in terms of the number of times you did this in a day. It's about even one moment. You may have gifted one moment of joy or abundance to someone. You may have smiled at a complete stranger. You may have seen someone trip up on the street and helped them. You may have been generous to someone who needed your time or your energy. That's enough. That was your gift to the world today. There will be a gift that you brought into the world today. It may not always be palatable. It may be something that you didn't intend to bring into the world today. However, it is a good practice for us to become aware of what it is that we add to the world community that we live in. So you may need to write down what gifts you feel that you brought into the day. This may be about a direct, out loud dialogue with Spirit. You may wish to meditate on those events, those interactions, but simply to ask, what did I bring into the world today? Now you may wish to also ask, especially before you go off to sleep, just before you go into the dream world, and what do I wish to bring into the world? What do I wish to gift the world? And see what comes to you, perhaps in a dream or perhaps when you wake. Alternatively, you may wish the next day, the following day, as you go to your sacred space and again spend time there, whether in meditation or prayer, to really get clear on what it is that you wish to bring into the world today. What gift do you wish to share today? It may be that you wish to share love or joy or abundance, sensitivity, compassion. This is not about martyring yourself so you feel that your entire day has to be devoted to doing this thing. Just a moment. A moment is a drop in that vast ocean of which we are all a part, of which we all dance through. So that is your practice for today, day 13, but it's very much a practice of involving the other practices. So if you're not happy with how your interactions went in a day, to go into a place of forgiveness and gratitude, prayer. If you wish to truly start to connect with what you can gift into the world, perhaps you would like to dance that in before you leave to start your day. Perhaps you wish to dance to release your day, to release that you did not wish to gift, but that happened anyway. Perhaps you Go to your tree and ask. Sit in stillness and ask, what gift can I bring into the world today? So this is very much about starting to bring all the practices together and to pick and choose those ones that shall most be of use to you in any given day. Not to get attached to any practice. If I do not do this certain practice, something will happen to me. To have various practices that you use in the course of a day, and therefore you are consistently being mindful, you are consistently connecting with spirit, with your heart, with your truth, with the divine, with the God and the goddess in you and all around you. So that is your practice. At the end of the day, asking, what did I bring into the world today? Healing any areas, asking for healing for any areas that you feel you're not too happy with. This isn't to criticize yourself, this is for a sense of awareness. And then to ask, what can I bring into the day today? What can I bring into the world today? And make that a mindful, daily, moment by moment practice. And so we come to realize how truly connected we all are and what a great impact we make on the world that we live in. Life does not happen to us, we create it. The more we realize that, the more we understand we are co-creators, the more we come into our power, the more we come into our truth, the more we become aware of what we put out in the world is what we shall also receive. So it is truly in our best interests and everyone's interest to put out that which is of the greatest truth, the greatest love, the greatest empowerment. I wish you so much joy, knowledge, awareness, and beauty with this practice. And so until the next time, so it is. It is so.